She's a social media sensation who's amassed over 18 million followers. 20-year-old Bailey Spinn is the entertaining content creator who's now stepping into the spotlight as a singer and performer. We're chatting with Bailey about her new single and more. This is Advocate Now. Well, Bailey, you just released your debut single, Romance is Dead. Congratulations on that. And you're getting ready to release more new music. And it's sort of this return to the pop punk sound of the early to mid 2000s, but with a fresh take. So tell me about the music and what inspired it.
I am a big Avril Lavigne fan. I got really into pop rock and kind of punk rock music when I started weightlifting. And it just made me feel good. It made me feel powerful. And it was something I really wanted to experience myself. And so when I started making music, we got one song back that was pretty pop rock, pop punk. And it just felt right to me. And it made me smile and it made me so happy. And I think there's a wonderful power, especially when a girl is making rock music. And it just is inspiring to me. And it's a genre that I love so much. And I'm glad that I can be a part of it and add some more, because I think more girls need to make some hard rock music.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, as someone who's part of the LGBTQ plus community, you made sure that your music was a clear reflection of who you are. And you purposely decided to leave out as many gender pronouns in your music. How did you come to that decision?
I just kind of realized that a lot of songs I listen to, I want to relate to them, but there's something about it I can't always relate, because I'm always interested in different people. And when you put the gender pronouns in there, it kind of blocks off part of the audience from being able to relate to the song and be able to be like, this is exactly what my situation is like. So leaving them out was an important part to me. I think Runner Up is my next single, and it only has a single pronoun in it, and the rest of them do not have any at all. I just want every group to be able to listen to it and understand what I'm saying and be able to be like, this is a song I can listen to and I can relate to. Romance is Dead doesn't have a single pronoun throughout the whole thing. I use you, they, them, anything that will stay away from the normal pronoun. So I'm not blocking off anyone from being able to relate to my music. I just want to make music for everyone to listen to.
Well, now you grew up with a very strict Christian upbringing that sort of formed your view of the world. And you said that it took you years to find confidence and to live your truth. What did growing up in that type of environment teach you, would you say?
I definitely was a little bit sneaky to begin with, but it kind of taught me to repress myself for a while. And it took me a really long time to be comfortable enough to even say what was going on inside of my head, because I had spent so many years pushing it down and trying not to tell anyone about it. So the minute I kind of figured it out, it took me a long time to gain confidence and build it up, especially since other people were bringing down my confidence. So it was really challenging for me to kind of overcome that, especially since it was at such a young age, and I didn't really ever get the chance to figure out exactly who I am and what was going on, because other people were, in my ear kind of telling me what was going on.
What would you say were some of the specific challenges growing up as a closeted pansexual? You're living in conservative Virginia. I mean, what was daily life like for you?
I always had a really hard time with dating, and I couldn't quite figure out why at the time. It's just like I had broken up with a lot of boyfriends, and I couldn't figure out why I didn't quite feel the connection all the way. I kept doing it, and it felt like I should like them, and then I just wouldn't, and I couldn't really figure out why. And it never had crossed my mind, because a lot of people in my life were not going to be accepting of that. And so I think it just never came across to me that maybe I should branch out and try to think about if my sexuality is the way that I think it is, because it ended up not being that way. But a lot of the repressing it was a problem.
And I want to talk about bullying too, because you also grew up being severely bullied at school, and you feel like, or you have felt like social media helped to save you. How so?
I started social media at a really low point. There were people in my life that really just did not have my best intention in mind. In fact, they probably had the worst intention in mind and really just wanted to ruin my life. And they did for a while. And I was just in a really terrible state. crying in my room. And TikTok was something I always enjoyed. It was just kind of fun on the side. I was just doing the trends. And then one day I had posted a POV, and that's when everything kind of exploded for me. But it just felt right. And I had always wanted to be an influencer. And it felt like someone was handing me a way out and handing me a way to kind of continue with my life and like be happy. And so I had to continue.
And something I love about you is that, you're this powerful rebel. You don't feel this need to follow societal norms. You truly are carving out your own path. And after your freshman year at college, you decided higher education just wasn't for you at that time, right? And I truly believe that it's not for everyone, but there's this stigma around, not going to college or not having a college degree. And now, as you're saying, you've built this incredibly successful career and large following. What was it like for you, though, having to deal with what other people wanted for you and maybe those labels and that stigma?
It was really difficult to make the decision to actually drop out of college. My manager was trying to convince me, and it was just that I knew it was going to be a really hard thing to tell my parents. My dad is really, really education first. He has a doctorate. He's been to many, many colleges. He went to Duke. So education is extremely important to him. And my sister went all the way through college. Everyone but me went all the way through college. So it was really scary to have to tell my dad, hey, I'm not going to school at all, and I'm actually going to go live on my own at 19 and become an adult. And so we actually hadn't told, I told my mom first. And then after a couple months, we told my dad once everything was completely settled. And it was like kind of a little too late for him to do anything about it. But he ended up being very understanding of it, and he could see the success and the work and dedication that I was putting into my career. And now he's super, super proud of me. And he would not have wished anything different for me because he sees how much I love it and sees how much I've succeeded from doing that, and that I can have a full-blown career out of this now.
Yeah. And it takes so much courage to break that, to break those stories or expectations that other people might have for you. I think we don't, as a society, give enough credit to that. We tend to applaud the people who follow the same path and who follow what their parents want for them or their family members want for them. But I think you deserve so much credit for having the bravery to do that. And as we've been mentioning, I mean, you've built a pretty large social media following. You've been sharing music on your YouTube channel for a while, including like mainly covers up until now, because now you're able to share your own personal music and your own voice with your followers. How does that feel?
It feels really great, especially since the covers were really stepping out of my comfort zone to me, because I always loved music as a kid, but again, I had no confidence, and people kind of pushed me in the closet and pushed all of my aspirations to the side because I was just too scared to show anyone what my true passions were. So the minute I started making music, it felt really right. And I had to overcome a lot of hate that I got for making the YouTube covers. They just didn't think they were that great, but there's always room for improvement. And I definitely think that I did. I'm very glad that I did them, that I had the confidence. It was very scary going into a studio and having a cameraman and a mic on you and being fully recorded and just having to sing for like 6 people at once and record it and play it back in your ear. But I'm really glad that I ended up building the confidence up to actually commit to it.
And now that you're stepping into who you truly are as an artist, what would you say is next for you in terms of other projects or your career as a whole?
We're definitely looking into performing some and getting more comfortable on a stage and just really broadening up the music. I have a new set for me to record my own singing videos and post some shorter clips on TikTok. And I really just want to immerse myself fully into rock music and kind of do something new and different. I've been playing the guitar a lot. We're still making new music. I still have the single, and then I have some more music coming out very soon. I'm not sure how much I can say, but I'm just very excited to fully immerse myself. I have some pieces coming out around the music that I'm creating as well. So that's gonna be very exciting because I've never made any merchandise before.
Bailey, I love your energy and your drive and your motivation. It's so inspiring. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, and congratulations on everything, all of your success.
Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you.
I'm Sonia Baghdadi. Thanks for watching and advocating. For more stories and content like this, visit advocate.com and advocatechannel.com.